assassin who gets no rejection. She's toned up, she's uptown. If you're with the crime syndicate, she's taking you down. Oh yeah, she's perfect 10. Oh yeah, she's perfect 10. Ain't gonna tell you again. Cause this lethal lady's gotta clean up the streets. Introducing bad guys to the taste of defeat. Yeah, she's a perfect 10. Whoa, yeah, she's a perfect 10. Oh, she's a perfect 10. It's perfect 10 from genuine public today.
Critical blast logistics, getting it done, getting it there. Critical blast logistics, getting it done, getting it there.
The world has got you down, a smile on your brow. Put a little madness in your life. If life made you unashamed and comics are your estate, put a little madness in your life. Come give your mind a cleanse. Tune in with pops and friends. Just turn on your Roku box and then put a little madness in your life. Put a little madness in your life. Yeah, yeah. Put a little madness in your life.
I was sitting all alone in my library chair when I found a book and it gave me a scare. The pages I kept turning, it quite took me in. What was it? Oh, where do I begin? We read the monsters. I read the monsters next door. The monsters. It had short stories galore. The monsters. It's full of horror and gore. The monsters. I read the monsters next door.
It's a Critical Blast podcast with our special guest, Dave Brink.
Thank you. Thank you. Say the name. Say the man's name, please. Wow. The one and only Dave Brink, coming to us from Netherlands.
Yes,
That's far away from here.
that's yeah. We're about 6 hours apart, so yeah.
I feel closer to you than that. I do.
Yes, yes. This is true, man. By the way, this what was the music? That was crazy. It was crazy. I was
I've been
like,
playing around with a lot of new things lately. Publishing is just one of them. Music is another one. So
what the hell, man? I was like, first I I thought you found something that was kind of themed, right?
Yeah,
Then it was
and then
like
they mentioned the
this
Prime
is too
Syndicate, and you're
familiar.
like, "What?"
Yeah, this is what the hell. Holy, that was excellent, man.
I wrote
Excellent.
I wrote that. I wrote that.
Seriously?
Yeah, but I had computer assistance on the music.
Oh,
That
okay.
so but yeah, computer
Was
can't do
was that a
everything, you know?
one man band effort?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like having GarageBand on steroids.
Holy shit!
A
Excellent work,
lot
man. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a lot of people here in the chat. Yes, Jens is out there. I hope I said that correctly.
Yes.
Jens or Gents. I've never seen
Gen
it written
on
before.
years.
All right. Wayne Klingman's out there. Just talked with Wayne tonight. George Peter Gatsis is out there. George, if you would like to join in on the show, I think this is an appropriate one where you should actually be here talking about some stuff. But if you don't, that's fine. If you do, that's great. I've opened up the Discord, so you can tell me one way or the other. I'll send you the link. Um, wow, Dave is tearing up the indie comics world here with Perfect 10. Everyone's loving this. Good stuff. Good to see you out there, man. Gray
Good
Wolf
stuff.
Studios. I hope I haven't passed anybody up here that I didn't intend. I didn't intend to pass you up if I did. People love Perfect 10. Now,
Yeah.
was there any hubris in the in the creation of the title? You're like, we're gonna create a perfect character. It's
No, it was very. No, it was. It made it more challenging because when you name your comic Perfect 10, you better come up with something great, right?
you better
So
live up to it.
yeah, so I knew the story needs to be fantastic, the art needs to be fantastic. So yeah, otherwise you can see the memes. The Perfect 10, not really, So you don't want that.
Yeah, you say, wow, this is a perfect 10. As soon as you get a Tumblr artist on the series, don't do that.
Yeah.
They'll be like,
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
and it's the art, because you've got a great artist with Pal Rodricks,
Oh, definitely. I
and,
lucked
and it's
out
the art that's driving
now.
the project now.
Yeah, it's basically I'm not kidding myself, right? No one picked up this first book because it was written by some nobody writer from Europe, right? So it's Pow that sold that very first issue, and now people come back for the story also. But first you have to hook them in, right? So and Pow did a fantastic job. He was really into the story, into the project, into the characters, and he's a professional.
Yeah.
He's really
Well,
really great to work with also.
it is imagery that makes things jump off the shelf and into your hands or into your basket. That's
Mhm.
why cereal boxes have cartoon characters on the front of them, right?
Yeah,
It's if it's just like a box that says cereal on it,
sure, sure.
and
Like
the cartoon
we
character has nothing to do with the taste, but
no, no, we all know that writers are important. We all want good stories, sure, but we have to be realistic that this is a visual medium, so it has to look awesome. It has to look
yeah,
fantastic. People pick things up for the art. People rather
inside and out.
pick books up for good art than for good stories. That's reality.
The story is what brings them back because they,
Yeah.
once you've
Or
seen the character a couple of times, you're like, yeah, I've seen that character, but the story is like, what's going to happen next? Now I've got to know.
this is partly true, but for some artists, you can even buy it without. Well, the story is basically crap, like Ultimates 3, which was drawn by Madureira, and the story was just terrible. But
Yeah.
but 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 people bought it anyway. I bought it anyway, and I just consider this on art book, right? So you don't really read it; you just look at the pretty pictures.
Well, that's kind of what we've got today, but
Yeah.
way more than that. Folks, we're talking about the Perfect 10 Pal Rodricks Deluxe Hardcover Artist Edition, and this is currently on Fund My Comic. The link is right below the video. Go ahead and click on it. It's going to open in a whole new window. Won't take you
Woohoo!
away from here at all. You'll still hear everything they're doing. But this I almost don't need Dave for this because
No.
I've been with this project from day one. I can
Yes.
talk about this, but
I talked about it plenty, right? So I think it would be cool to hear your perspective and how things started for the viewers, right?
well, yeah. Well, I mean, everyone. Well, apparently everyone doesn't know. I was going to say everyone knows that we have a fulfillment business and that we've been publishing comics. But apparently, I've just learned, this week that nobody is publishing and fulfilling books because it's a gaping hole in the industry. Oh, I laugh at that every time I hear it. But we
You mean the combination, publishing plus?
yeah, the combination of fulfillment and publishing. It didn't exist before. It was never there. So Jens wants to hear the song again. We will play the song again at some point. We will
Yeah,
do
me
it.
too.
We have to. But I was sitting down with George, who's my business partner in a lot of this publishing, and we brainstorm a lot of stuff, and thankfully for the world at large, 95% of it we're like, yeah, that's pretty stupid. Let's not do that. But he had the idea of saying, we should approach some of these crowdfunders who are like, into their third, fourth issue, and help them realize that first issue stuff is just it's not doing anything anymore. If it's not crowdfunding, then it's not moving, right?
Well, it is kind of moving. We still we
yeah,
have the web store, we have catch-up tiers, we have conventions, so the books move around, right? But
it
not
moves
really.
around, but you're holding inventory.
Sure.
You got to devote a section of your house to your comics and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
But we wanted to reach out to Dave and Powell initially because that was like the perfect art for an art book. And we got Dave into a live stream. We pitched the project to him, said this is what we want to do. This is what we think it would look like. And Dave, thankfully, thank you, had faith in us, saw the vision we saw, and said, yeah, okay, it's not, the price was right. So he said, let's move forward. And we started collaborating, bringing in all the art, getting Pow on board. So we're going to have, we're going to have some signed copies. There'll be book plates, because, we can't ship books to Brazil and get them back. It would cost a fortune. But Pow is signing some specially designed book plates. It's not just a white sticker that we're going to put in the book. It's going to be a Perfect 10 logo design with the character on it and a space for his signature. He's going to sign those, ship them back, and we're going to put them inside the hardcover book. And there's going to be stuff about Perfect 10 that you may not have known just by reading the series. And Dave, that's where you come in. You're doing a lot of the writing now. You're writing more pages for this thing to explain stuff. So you want to tell us some of the secrets that we'll learn.
Well, I'm not really writing more pages, but you can read like extra notes or anecdotes with the script. So the script will be in here. Together with that, you will see the layouts that Pow did. So you see the layout sketches, right? Up until the final inked line work, and then we have the section with where it's lettered. So it's basically re-lettered for this edition because Joel, the letterer, he didn't think it was a good plan to basically convert the colors, because many letters that he makes and effects are color. They have these special gradients and
because it was a color book.
Yeah, and it don't really work well when you just convert it, right? So he re-lettered the complete thing, especially for this book. And so you can read along with the script. You can see some notes about the production. You can read the foreword, like stuff like that, and we add some extra pinups with it also.
And folks, here's just a sample of what it's going to look like. This is you're going to see the script. You're going to see the page layouts. Now, this isn't what a full page looks like. This is some sample material.
Yeah. This is not necessarily the layout or the design of the book itself, right?
Yeah, because the book is oversized. It's 8.5 by 11. And it's basically you're going to have on every spread. The left spread is going to be the script, the thumbnails, the pencils, some more information, some anecdotes, and then on the right is going to be that same page in its finished form on the Bristol board, not physically on the Bristol board, but you're going to see the guide markings and everything around the page. You're going to see the bleed. You're going to see every square inch of the artwork that got cut out to actually make a printed book. So this is,
Right.
the whole shebang is in this.
And I did my best to find all the layouts, because I hadn't really collected them all, so I had to retrace them all through the conversations that Pau and I had, right? And I managed to regain most of them. So a few are still missing, but most of them you can find within this book.
But you're going to keep them now, right? Because
yeah. From now on, everything that Pau sends me, I will save. I will save up. You never know. You never know why people. Why we will need it.
Speaking of gold miners, George.
I'm here to dig in.
Uh-oh.
He's here to defend the honor of Dave.
Hello,
the honor
George.
of Dave. Hi, Dave. Please share my screen. I'm only
do
here.
that.
I'm only here to show the Perfect 10. A couple of just a few pages on the insides.
Oh, you
Yeah,
already
because this
added
is stuff you
forward.
won't see on the campaign.
Oh no, you can't.
No, that's dummy text right here.
Well,
There's a page spread right there. When you open it up, this is what you see on the left. This is what you see on the right.
cool.
And then we're gonna show off one more page there. This is the design of the book.
It's
You have the script on the far
the famous opening page.
you have the script on the far left corner. You have the page thumbnails right beside it. You have the page inks with lettering, which is being tweaked just a bit here. And what you have is the artwork with no copy, no bubbles, no text bubbles, all that stuff, no sound effects. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous.
That's great.
And Dave, I've got to thank you, Dave, for having the faith in this project, because we've been able to show this to other people, and
After it became public.
After it became public, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. But we have other people who are now going, yeah, I'll get you my stuff. I want.
Oh, really? Excellent. Woohoo! And started here. It started here, guys.
Yes.
No, thank you guys for doing this, man. This is great. This is the first publication of JMU Comics that doesn't cost me anything, which is really strange.
Well,
It doesn't cost you anything. You're not going to have any inventory.
Yeah, we're really excited. We're absolutely excited. RJ and I have been, admirers of great works in comic books. I like the IDW collected oversized collected books, artist editions, the Art of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
All this stuff, all this great book designs that give the customer, a really great experience, a really great reading experience.
Sure.
We collected it into your book, into your Perfect 10. This is quite possibly, if I dare say it, the perfect presentation.
It is. It absolutely is. And folks, if you haven't read Perfect 10, guess what? Once you get past all the art pages like this, there's some pinups, and there's their break. And guess what happens? You get the book after that in oversized format, black and white, all the letters, all the sound effects.
Or like right there.
You get to read it now.
I just picked a random page in the second half of the book.
But you get to read it with the bleed. So it's on the artboard page. Look, you can see the guides, you can see the what bleeds off the page. So you're getting all the artwork you paid for now.
Yeah, like this. You know, you get artwork that gets trimmed out off the page, like the bottom here, bottom left. You see that you see the 3 panels. That bottom left panel. Now you actually get to see what the whole picture, all the artwork. All this wonderful artwork. It's right there. It's beautiful, man. It's absolutely beautiful.
Right.
So Jens has a question here. It's how many books does the series have, and will it all be collected here? The series has 4 right now, and one of them is collected here. This is just the #1 artist edition. It's 84 pages because it's like 40 some odd pages up front of all the art presented this way, and then we're going to reproduce the book in the back. Assuming that it's going to be successful enough, we'll do the rest. Maybe
Yeah,
we'll collect them up.
It really depends if people want this. And I keep in mind this is a collector's edition, right? Because
Yes.
the version that we have here that will go through the crowdfunding system will be printed on demand. So when you back it, the book will be specially printed for you. And after the crowdfund tour is done, then those books will also no longer be printed, right? This version.
Yeah, that's it. It's done. A watered down version of this will be available for the mass market, but
It'll be just the story. It won't be the artist edition.
Yeah, you won't get the extra stuff, the pinups. You won't get the artist edition at the front. Nothing. It's just art. Just the story itself.
Right.
But what's going to be special about that is, guess where you can get that story? Amazon, Walmart, Barnes and Noble. So after the campaign, if you missed out on the art book, you can at least get the story anywhere. You'll even be able to get it off the Critical Blast webpage because it'll be in our book catalog. And Dave actually makes a little bit more money if you do that. So we encourage you to use that link. Once it's up, it's going to be a couple of months down the road before we're even talking about that, because we want the crowdfunder to play its lifespan out, get that fulfilled. And fulfillment is, look, the art's done, the pages are done, everything's done. All we have to do is finish the campaign, know how many we got to get, and order the book, and then it ships.
Right.
Yep, that's it. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go, guys.
Okay, well,
continue with the show.
You're leaving? All right.
Hey, well, I don't. I got stuff. I gotta do more RJ stuff.
Yeah, he's I keep him busy now.
That's good. That's good. Business is going good. That's good.
See you guys.
Very good. Very good.
Bye.
Mike Walters out there. Good to see you, Mike. Thank you for popping in and sharing the stream.
Thank you, Mike.
George is working other graphic novels right now, and he and I have been up till about 2-3 in the morning, depending on whose time zone you're in. These past few nights, getting everything finished up for the book launch we're doing Tuesday for The Devil You Know Best from Critical Blast Publishing, our horror anthology.
Oh, is that the third one? Third book?
That is the third book. We got a video for you. You want to see the video?
Sure. Show it.
This is the video that's going to play on the crowdfunder night when we launch. There's no link to buy it yet because it doesn't go on sale until the 5th, Tuesday the 5th. But here's the video that says it's for sale.
At a cursed crossroads where souls collide, see the Prince of Darkness, see the Prince of Lies, while the world lies sleeping and the moon's aglow. There you may meet with the devil you know. When your heart is quaking and your soul can't rest, open up the pages of The Devil You Know Best. People face their demons as each tale unfolds, but the devil's in the details, and their fate's been sold. Hear their fate's been sold, and they're lost to hell. That's the deal you have to make with the devil you know well.
very excited to get that one out. That's been a labor of love for the past couple of years. This is the previous one, The Devil You Know Better.
Mm.
I don't have a copy on hand of The Devil You Know, but it was as soon as the cover artist turned in the first book where the devil was holding up the contract in his fist like that, I immediately saw what was next book. I'm like, save that artwork, guys. You're going to need it. I said, now,
Right.
and, 2 fingers, and then of course the third book has got the 3 fingers up. I'm like, that's a numbering system I couldn't think of without having first seen it. And Mike, yeah, you're right. I'm going to be on the mic stand this Friday for the historic comic book retrospective. We're going back to February 1940 this week rather, because he does it every Friday. I just don't go there all the time. Dave, if you haven't seen the historic comic book retrospective, it's basically radio theater. Mike has gone back to the golden age of comics, to the day when it began. He's been reading the comics online forward on screen. We do the voices, we make the sound effects. It's like if you weren't watching it, you could just be hearing radio drama.
Right.
And,
Right.
and those stories are interesting. They're kind of weird sometimes, but the guys were making comics, and they didn't let anything stop them. It's kind of like what you guys are doing now. It's just you're not constricted by what the mainstream markets are demanding, because it's not it's your own IP. You can tell the story you want to tell.
It's true.
So,
by the way, I like to let people know before they start backing right now, like the artist book, the Perfect 10, that From My Comic has this unique feature that you won't find on other platforms. So once this goes to other crowdfunding campaigns, you can maybe get it, or platforms, you can maybe get it there. But what you can do on Fund My Comic is when you purchase your book at the checkout, you can put in a voucher code. And if you type in Perfect 10, you get a 10% discount. And this works for all the tiers, so even the higher tiers. So 10% that can add up, right?
get your 10%. Speaking of great artists, Corey Barton in the house.
Corey Barton.
Good to see you, man. Yeah, we should talk about a Kozor artist edition book.
Corey did a fantastic Perfect 10 piece for our art book.
Yeah. Oh,
that's really cool.
It's gonna be beautiful. Yeah, because you got more than the book on the campaign, folks. You got these head sketches and character commissions. So
yeah, with other campaigns we had like the character commissions. Pau loves to do them, so we usually include them with campaigns that Pau is attached to. But we wanted to you had this jump between the book and the commission tier. We wanted to offer something in between. So this is how we came up with the head sketches. So now you can also get a personal head sketch, so from any character you want from Pau. And we added some examples of that. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
this. And here's the tier for $135 US. You get the book and you get the head sketch.
Yeah. Plus, this is the book with the signed book plate.
Yeah. So extra deal here. I think are they all signed except for the first one?
Except for the first one, yes.
Yeah. So if you just want to get the book, boy, my screen is jumping around here. $45 for a hardcover artist edition. You're not going to get that from IDW or anywhere else. It's going to be more than that. And then after that, every tier is the one with the signed book plate. And again, it's a signed book plate with draw a rectangle here with art on it. It's specially created just for this campaign, just for this book, for Pau to sign. He's hopefully got them soon, and we'll be shipping them back.
It takes months to ship something to Brazil. It's crazy.
Well, but when Perfect 10 came out the first year, you guys were voted best writer, best book, and best artist of the year
Yeah,
comics.
that was for book 2. Yeah.
Yeah, and you got a medal, and yours just kind of like came in the mail the next day. Uh, and Powell's was like went to Brazil, sat there for 6 months, came back. I shipped it back out, and it was like a year and a half before Powell got his award,
Holy shit!
his
Yeah.
actual physical award for that. Um,
Yeah, we wanted to do this stream together to talk about it, but the moment had basically passed.
it
Right?
was
Yeah.
long gone. So in fulfilling Perfect 10, uh, I see cards that you always add in there, the character cards
Oh,
and the
these.
prints and such. Yeah, those. There's a lot of characters you're dealing with in this universe. Are they
This is true.
American Bliss? We had American Bliss had its own book. How big do you see the Genuine Comics universe growing as far as wide? How many titles might be
Uh,
sustainable right now?
yeah, the amount of titles needs to be contained because we just don't have enough time and resources to make everything. So this is one of the reasons we started Power Trip, so we can tell shorter stories. Um, but yeah, we now have like 150 characters that are actually ready to be used.
That's fun.
They're active within this universe, and then we have a lot of concepts laying around. So I think we have 200 to 250 characters right now, with many of them still in concept stage, and some of them need a few years before they're ready, right? So I don't like to rush things. I like to take my time and slowly build things up.
James, I don't know what storybooks are you looking for? The Perfect 10 books? Because that would be on what's your website, Dave? I'll put the link out there.
Oh, my website is jamiecomics.com.
That's just too easy.
Yes. Yeah, we try to make it easy for people. So yes. jamiecomics.com. Not all the books that we have are on there, because some are like, when crowdfunding campaigns are going on, people can get specific books through crowdfunders, like the catch-up tiers for Perfect 10. But at some point, all the books will go to the web store, but it has to find the right time.
Yeah. Now, do the cards also show up there, or they were only available on the campaign? Because
The
Razmain is
cards are not
asking
on
how many
there.
cards.
No, the cards are campaign specific. Every campaign comes with with its own selection, and features characters that are relevant to that particular story. So with American Bliss, we had the American Bliss card, and then you get things like these. We now have, I don't know, 14 or 15, 16 cards. I lost count, but we will producing more, and the artist is always the same artist. He's called René Bergmans. He's a Dutch artist, so he has this very European style. So just the chibi on the backside, and then it's really cool, and he loves doing it. And we like to offer these, and we aim to get all Jamie characters their own card.
That'll be a big set. Which
Yeah.
means if you didn't get it in the campaign, look on eBay or ask your friends if they want to get rid of their cards. Corey wants to know, can it have more babes in the universe?
More? Holy
Yeah.
shit! There are a lot of babes.
There are a lot of babes in that universe.
Yes.
Perfect 10 and American Bliss, and who's
Now
who's
you
on
have
the cover of 4 with her this time around? There's somebody new.
you had Calamity, you had Vendetta, and then we have this character called the Replica. We have Diabolique, and all these characters will have more bigger roles in the following issues.
Yeah, bigger roles.
Yes, bigger
This
roles. Yes.
code. Okay.
I told Pau
58 Underground just got his 4.
to not be afraid, because Pau also, hey, 58 Underground got his book. That's excellent, man. Thank you so much for back. Without the backers, we couldn't do this. So thank you very much. But Pau also does stuff for mainstream sometimes, right? So for Marvel, and then he has to reel himself in.
Bring it in.
Right. And I told him, do not do that for Jamie Comics, right? No. So that's so he goes full out with Genuine Comics art, which is how we like it.
Yeah, it's what, again, it's what sells the books. And
Yeah.
you know, there's a line, I guess, that a professional
Sure.
knows where it is. Um,
Of course, there's sexy and then there is ridiculous. So you have to
yeah,
stay in the sexy section.
and the thing is, what you see on the cover of a Genuine Comics book is is what you're going to see inside the book.
Yes, yes, because
A lot of books I
Pau's
get
the main, yeah, Pau's the main artist, so he also does the covers. So the quality you see on the cover is the quality inside. Plus, we also love to show a little something that reflects what's going on within the book. So it's not like
yeah,
just characters standing there like a posing thing, but actually a scene. That's how we prefer it. And we often have so many
there's no
ideas.
line for your stuff, Corey.
That's a line.
In fact, there are thousands of lines, and if you've seen a Corey Barton piece, it's
Corey
like,
Bart
how
Corey
did
Bart
you
was
not
moving the
have a
line slowly moving the
yeah?
line.
How did you not have a nervous breakdown drawing that picture with all those lines? Oh my god! Um,
Yeah,
and
Corey's art is great. Looking forward to Andromenoids.
Andromenoids is looking like fire right now. Every time he puts another piece up there, it's like, yeah, bring it! Come on, I want to see this book.
Yes.
So, how we talked about how many characters you were going to add in, and I think the anthology idea for Power Trip is perfect. Just little short stories to introduce them all and keep them there, and then you can see hey, they're really coming back for whenever we do this story.
Mhm.
Maybe that's somebody who's qualified to get their own book. That's
Yeah.
that's how comics started. There was
Yeah.
no this is my book and my book alone. Action Comics had 5, 6, 7 stories in it all the time. And
Right.
Superman wasn't always on the cover. He got his own book because guess what? When he was on the cover, they sold a lot more of them. So they're
Yes,
like,
yes. That's how American Bliss started out. She started within the Power Trip book, and then people responded well to that. And then things happen. We listen to what people want.
yeah, I think Razmain, as since I've been packaging them, I believe I've seen 4 cards for each of the books that have been coming out. I think
Uh,
that's about. I
it
think that's
kind of
about right.
depends. The American Bliss campaign had 2. It kind of depends per
Yeah,
campaign. The first pack was 8 cards completely. So that's it started later. I think it started with Perfect 10 3. We started to do cards, and then we
you know what?
introduced or Perfect 10 2. I think it was 2, and then we started with 8 cards. That was the first set.
I
And
can't believe I'm doing this.
are you going to
I
count
can't
them?
believe I have.
You have them all.
Well, yeah, because
You should have them all.
and they
Yeah.
didn't come out in order either. I found out.
No, they don't come out. No, no. This is so right now you have some gaps. So all these cards are numbered. So this is card number 17. They're all numbered. But for instance, there's no card. I don't think there's a card 14 or 15. So there are still gaps. So these will be added later on. Because card number 1 came out just now with this campaign, with the latest campaign. So we didn't have
Yeah.
card number 1 yet.
So I'm gonna have to give myself the big screen here just to do this correctly. But here on this page, you've got cards 1, 2, and 3, and then 9. And boy, the glare is just gonna kill it. Sorry about that. If you can get full screen and get a better view, then great. And then the page before it is
All right. Yes.
cards 10 through whatever they are, sequential here with no gaps. And of course, naturally, Perfect 10 gets card number 10.
Yes. Yes.
I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, this is why we started with card number 10, because she was the first card that we made, and now we have to fill in like the blanks before that. Yeah, this is true. This is true.
You had to fill in all the holes. I was I've been there because when we did the Monsters Next Door, we were making up the fake ads on the inside of each cover, and George said, wouldn't it be funny if we had like the Marvel stamps that they had to say collect them all if we had monster stamps. So he made like 12 of them, and then he numbered them, and they were like numbers all over the place. I'm like, well, now you got to fill in the gaps. So he made 666.
Holy
Um,
shit.
666 little quick sketches of monsters on stamps.
Wow.
Not all of them been published, and he's been throwing them into later books that have nothing to do with the monsters. So if you get later Critical Blast books, you may find a monster stamp to add to your collection just on a random page somewhere.
Yeah.
You're very welcome, Rasmain. I'm glad to do it for you. I wish I could have got you a better screen, but they're in the page, so they glare.
Yeah, we have this one character called Earthling, and I wanted to give him the card number 269 because that's his number. That's something specific to that character. But then we have to fill in all the cards before that, and that's I don't think I want to put myself in that position. So yeah,
I don't blame you. Dave, Mike, good to see you out there. I read the second line, said the first line. Thank you for popping
Mike.
in.
Hello, Mike.
Jen, $10 shipping. If you can get cheaper than that on a book that's 84 pages, it's 10 is good because you got to consider it's not just the postage, but there's the cost for the Gemini mailer. There's the cost for the bag that it goes in.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean with shipping troubles, Jens? This is ridiculously cheap. $10 for a big book. Yeah. For a big book, completely packaged with maybe some extra stuff. We don't know. So yeah.
I know there used to be people who would like throw a book in an envelope and put a stamp on it.
Oh yeah.
There was a campaign where somebody literally put the stamp on the book and put it in the mail.
Really?
That did not go well.
Holy shit.
It was infamous and we'll never forget it.
Yeah, there was this campaign from the channel called Comic Matters. They had this campaign and you had to like add on the Gemini mailer for $10. Otherwise you got it in a regular envelope.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
That was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. No. That's everybody that ships through us. We not only put it in the Gemini mailer to keep it stiff, but we put the Gemini mailer in an oversized poly bag that seals all the way across. So if you don't have a mailbox that'll hold your Gemini mailer and your postman puts it on your doorstep, and it's raining. Well, cardboard absorbs, and if it absorbs enough water, it gets inside. I started doing this early on, Dave, because literally like my third campaign was for the rabbi from another planet.
Yeah.
And I had bags for
like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And I had the bags for the comics, but he had oversized prints, and I was sending them flat, and I just put them in cardboard, and then I taped the bag to it, so it was like one package. And a guy showed it to me, and it was like literally somebody between me and him had dunked the thing in motor oil.
What?
It was thick. It wasn't water. It was thick and viscous and discolored. He said it didn't get into the bag at all, but it absorbed into the box and onto the prints. We replaced the prints, of course, but it was a lesson. It's like, okay, well, you're never going to do that to us again. We're bag everything from now on.
Sure. Wow. So quality shipping, guys.
We do our best on that. That's we've been shipping and publishing side by side. We just weren't publishing that aggressively,
right?
And now we are.
I sometimes wonder about how you get it done, because you have so many campaigns, you have so much material that it goes through you. You have to sort it out. You have to ship it out. You have to have a very good system.
I'm in the American Deep South. I'm in the American Deep South. A lot of people haven't gotten the word on slavery yet. So, no, I'm kidding. We don't do that. We do hire people though to help us pack.
Right.
It's on a case by case basis. When a campaign is a certain size, I call them up. I'm like, okay, I have work for you.
Sure. But then still with the low shipping rates and stuff, and it's really cool that you managed to do this, man. Really cool.
I pay them out of the money I make from the shipping rate. because there's a handling fee that's built into it, and
Mhm, sure, of course.
people ask me what it costs to use our service, and Dave, the answer I tell them all the time is that first of all, have you started your campaign yet? And if they say, well, no, then I'm like, then it costs you nothing, because I'll tell you, you're going to send this book out, you're going to have this with it, it's going to cost this to ship, this to pack, this to handle, uh, therefore you should charge shipping of this amount, and now
Mhm.
nothing is coming out of your pocket. It's all paid for by the shipping.
Yep.
So no reason not to go forward with the shipper if you know in advance. Now, if you already have your campaign up and you said, "Yeah, I charge $5 shipping," go with God. Good luck to you, sir.
Chris Fisk. Hey man, Lorenzo, a lot of cool people in the chat.
Yeah, Chris, we've got we've got the international shipping conquered. We've got pretty good rates on that now, and that's basically we have 3 rates. We have U.S., we have Canada, and the rest of the world, all for the same price. Anywhere, whether it's Australia or Mexico or Japan or Fiji, it's all the same price. And up as long as it's under £4, we're pretty decent rate. It's no longer it's never more than $30 shipping, even at the maximum weight. So it's
Mhm.
it used to. I remember again for the rabbi, he came back and said, "I've got somebody bought a book and it needs to go to Australia. How much?" And I just ran it straight to Australia because there was only one,
Mhm.
so there was no bundling of it to get it to another reshipper
Yeah.
and save money
Right.
that way.
Yeah.
That was
That's
60.
Bancroft. Is that your
Yes, yes. If you don't know that Michael Bancroft is doing what we do in the Australian version, then you should. So we run the numbers 2 different ways. If we got Australia orders, I set them all aside, and then I run the numbers twice. I'm like, okay, what is it going to cost me to ship them individually, and what is it going to cost me to ship them to Bancroft and have him ship them individually? And sometimes sometimes it's cheaper one way or the other. It depends on quantity.
Mhm.
5 books, might as well just send them direct.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
a refrigerator box full of books like we did with Fiendish. Oh yeah, saved a bunch by going, saved a few $100s going through
Wow.
Michael Bancroft.
Yeah,
So
that's worth it. Yeah,
it
definitely.
was definitely worth it. But it's it was like $60 to send the rabbi's thing, and he's like, "Oh, I can't do that." I'm like, "Let me try something else." And I did have a guy who was my bulk shipper. This was before Michael was doing it. And I said, what if I send it to him and then he sends it on to Perth? Well, it was actually $35 cheaper to go all the way around Australia and then send it back across the continent than to go straight to Sydney. I was like, I don't know why, but that's what UPS is doing. He's like, sold, I'll take it. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, you're right. Some of them might do have the U.S. and everywhere else now, and they basically just taken the maximum price and said, that's what we'll charge. I
Yeah.
try not to make it to where there's anything left over in the shipping cost. It's and if there is, it's like pennies. So I always try to err in favor of the creator, so that they don't
Mhm.
go out of pocket. So they may charge $10 for shipping because honestly, who's going to look at a campaign and say, "Oh, it's like $9.27 to ship"? That's kind of weird. We're going to put $10 on there,
Sure.
because you're buffering for things like I've got to reship something that was damaged, so
Yep.
that goes into that pot. You didn't get the book, we got to resend it again. You moved and you didn't tell us that you
Yeah.
moved.
Also happens.
Yeah. Oh, I hate when that happens because guess what happens when you send something out media rate. If it comes back to you, you have to pay media rate again to receive the book back.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, they charge you now. Um,
they charge you now for returns? Oh,
yes, they
wow.
do. Dave, you've been paid, so Jens is going to sit outside and wait for his mail. Wait for the mailbox to fill up with perfect 10. Um, so
Wait,
yeah,
what do you mean, Rance? Did you back or what did you mean?
he might have gone to the store because I think he wanted the story.
Oh, right. Okay, the store. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you, Jens. Excellent. I will get to it this weekend. And it's
A lot of stuff
Sweden,
goes on
so it wouldn't take that long. You will have it within 2 weeks.
No, you can walk it over there, right? It's
Almost. Yeah, almost.
right next door.
For the United States, this is nothing.
You know, I
Okay.
I
Excellent.
did not get what I wanted to get in time for this, Dave, because while the book is not finished, I took what we did have and I ordered the book. I was like, it'll be the same number of pages. It'll be hardcover. It'll have empty stuff in it, but I wanted to have one I could hold up and knock on and get a view of it. So I've got a mock-up of it coming to me from the printer, and as soon as it does arrive, I will be showing it off on stream so that people can get an idea
Oh
of what this will
yeah.
look like in its physicality.
Yeah. We couldn't get all the content. I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, even we wouldn't have it printed right now anyway. Even if we did, we're kind of waiting
Yeah.
to see how many to get. But
Yeah, we're still producing some content for it. So meanwhile, people can check this out. We also sell Pau has some original pages from the first book left that you can buy.
on Bristol board.
Yes, Bristol board. So we're offering that through this campaign. It made sense.
Oh,
Plus,
and it's this one here. How is that not sold?
I don't know. But
I remember people went nuts over that when it was.
but yeah, this one was published in the CG Summer Vacation book that the Diaz brothers produced, and we contributed this piece for them. And Pau held on to the original until the right campaign.
Yeah, and you can get that for $300. You can get the signed artist edition and this 11x17 original print.
Plus, guys, the voucher code also works here. So if you check out typing in the voucher code perfect10, you get a 10% discount.
So $270.
Yes, that's crazy.
This on an auction stream, this would go for well more than that.
Yeah. You get a book with it. So
yeah, you get the book and you get the artwork. It's amazing.
And regarding the original sequential, the Bristol boards, right? The first backer gets first choice, so we can show you which pages are still selectable, and you can select which one you want, and then the next backer gets the next choice.
Do you have the original pages for? Well, you said he went digital for a lot of 2 and going forward, but
not for this book. He started doing digital with book 2, and then he went back to doing traditional. So book 2 has the most digital pages, and then they started doing because people actually want to buy these sequential works, right?
Exactly. You do it digital, you've got nothing to sell after the comic, so you got the original pages. People will pay money for that. Heritage Auction is selling original art pages all the time to collectors.
Yeah, exactly.
And plenty of CG and otherwise comic art streams out there where guests go on. They're like, "Hey, I've drawn this," and bidding starts at this. I've seen things go for thousands of dollars on some of those art streams. So,
Dojo,
good to see you, man. Thank you for popping by. We are talking about the this Perfect 10 Artist Edition on Fund My Comic. 84 pages plus of material.
Just before the stream, I was asking if you could add some material. So now it will be more than 84 pages, right?
Yeah, we're not gonna reduce.
we're not going to reduce, but we may add more pages. So, but also depends how well the campaign goes, and maybe we can throw in some stretch goals. But it really needs we really need to see what it does.
We need to get more than 11 backers, people.
Yeah, that would be great. And then
waiting for the last day.
And make use of that of the voucher, of the code, because once this goes over to another crowdfunding platform, the rates will be what it is right here. You do not have that discount.
Yep, this is gonna be the best offer you're gonna get on this.
Yep.
mean, 10% off of that 300.
Bro, your accent, yes.
Money.
I have a silly accent.
What accent? No.
What does it mean you? No, I don't think it means you.
Maybe it is me. I've gone through a couple of different accents. I've moved around this continent here so many different places that I picked up every accent I moved to, and now it's all kind of muddled.
Yeah.
I moved to Arkansas a long time ago, and I picked up an accent where I talk like this every once in a while when I was talking to somebody. You bet.
Yeehaw.
And then it went away. Yes, it's exotic. You should hear me on the phone.
Jeez, accent.
My ex-wife was a Southern Belle, and she left. She had the answering machine. This is back in the 80s, when you had answering machines, and she just had that lilt where she said, "You've reached the house, and we're not here right now." And I just called it home when I knew she wasn't there, just to hear that answering machine. I was like, people are calling us all the time just to listen to you.
Right. Yes. Yes. But it's always funny when English speaking people kind of laugh at my accent. That's perfectly fine. We can continue the conversation in Dutch, right?
No, don't do that, please.
No, please. We only speak English.
I would be lost.
Okay.
So have we discussed everything that can come with this campaign?
Yeah, maybe we can kind of show again what's in here. So what you're going to get, guys, that is you can read along with the script. The scripts will have some added notes, like production notes. Then we have the layout pages that Pau made. Then you have the line work, and there is this section within the book that you can actually read. So the book's completely re-lettered, so you can read the black and white version, and it's completely full bleed, right? So all the art you can see the full art, the full pages. Plus there are some added pinups. And some character designs, stuff like that. The book's completely hardcover. So yeah, it's and it's a collector's item. So we will print the amount.
It's going to be beautiful. I can show the quality of the hardcovers that we produce. I do have that. This is a much larger book than we did. This is an 8.5 by 8.5. Mind you, we're putting an 8.5 by 11 of Perfect 10 out. This is our copy of the Brothers Grimm, and it's a chunky beast. It's 560 pages, but it's
dang. Look at that. That's a big book.
It's definitely they do a good job, well crafted, putting these things together. Yeah, it's a huge book, and the artwork inside, you can see the reproduction quality is decent. We would do center spreads in this thing here.
Excellent.
This is basically the first book that George and I worked on as a team, and thank you for sending George my way, because we haven't broken up the team yet, and we're just doing all kinds of wonderful things. Yeah, it does look like a game box, Chris, but you know what? It was so big that I really only get to sell it at conventions, because that's when people can actually pick it up and see it. It's on Amazon, but it's an expensive book because it's big. So we said, you know what? This is when George said, I've come up with a code to reduce things. We came up with a 5x8 size of this. So if you want to get the 5x8, it's all the same stuff. All the same artwork is inside of it. We had to move it around a little bit, but it's all there. So we are. Let me just grab a few things here. This is as it's all falling down. Yes.
Chris says, sure, people can pick that up. Do you provide forklift at the cons?
Yeah, it would have to be. So you've seen, the 5x8 of the. Oh, I need to rearrange my lights to where these things don't glare. You've seen the 5x8 for the Grimm's Fairy Tales, Brothers Grimm, 5x8 size here for Gods and Services. Our very first book from Critical Blast. but we're also doing what you might remember seeing in grocery stores, these pocketbook sizes, where it's let me get some better contrast here. Much smaller. It's only like 4 point something by 7, made to fit in your pocket. We published this for Wayne Klingman as the author. And then we even go, instead of going smaller, we go bigger, still hardcover, still thin, single comic book.
Now we want to see the
So-
cover again. Look at the cover.
You want to
That's
see
a
a lot more.
very nice cover, man.
Yeah.
Job
George
ad?
is the artist on this one. This
Really?
is Joe King versus Job Ads. Yeah, this is Joe's art. You want to see the back? You want to see the back cover? It's a little bit more of American Bliss style to this one here.
That is really cool.
And
Nice.
if you like George's sci-fi and bikini babes,
Yeah.
stay tuned because very, very soon, like, if I could tell him to just release the hounds now, it would be tonight. George is working on a coloring book, an adult coloring book.
Hmm.
Not an adult coloring book, but you know the things that people are doing, the adult coloring books. And it's every page is a comic cover from another universe that doesn't exist in black and white that you can color, and every one of them, she'd be gorgeous. Pops, what have you got to tell us?
RJ, Dave, what's up? What's up?
Hello, Pops.
It's good to see you, my friend.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you've got RJ taking care of your stuff for you. I know it's going to get to everybody in perfect condition because everything I've ever got from RJ has come to me in perfect condition. So
Yeah. Yeah,
you
I'm not
picked the
worried
right
about
guy.
that.
Yeah,
Not worried
you
about
picked the
that.
right guy for sure. Yeah, I don't get to talk to Dave much because Dave does show same time I do all the time.
That happens when he's overseas like that. But Pops, we're not just getting this to people in good condition on the outside. We're getting this to people in good condition on the inside. We are
Yes.
preserving Pow's artwork and presenting it in the coolest way possible. I mean, have you seen the interior pages of this, Pops? Were you here earlier when George popped in?
No, I did not. I just
Oh,
just
you have
got
to go
done
back.
doing a stream of my own. I seen Dave. I'm like, oh, I gotta go say hi because I never get to say hi.
Well, you're going to have to scroll back and see it because these are not these are images of what we had to work with. We had scripts and page layouts and thumbnails. But when you see the spread of what's going to be inside Perfect 10, the artist edition, it's going to remind you of some of the best of IDW. It's going to remind you of the old 70s Spider-Man compilations of the newspaper strips. When
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
what we modeled the cover after.
Nice.
And
nice.
we're doing so many more.
Yeah, once we have one of the spreads completely done with the notes and everything, we need to update the campaign, so we can put a complete spread there, so people can actually see what it looks like.
That's a great idea. So we could probably get you some of those right now, so we don't have to wait for
Right.
the text.
Well,
we got pages. Well, we don't have pages
yeah,
with text.
No,
We have text
you
placeholders.
need something from me still. The notes. So
Okay, we will get that. So it's
What's up, man?
hey,
What's
there
up?
he is.
What's
There
up?
he is.
I gotta show off. No,
There he
it's
was.
Bill Moss art. I gotta show it off, right?
I've got to go on Pops' stream and tell people that that there has been a Pop's got a bag from us. Every once in a while, we put things in a bag that's branded with the Critical Blast logo on it. I've got to order more of those.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Pops, we got to tell everybody that there's not a gaping hole in the industry where somebody's both fulfilling and publishing at the same time and taking care of it all. But at the same time, I say that jokingly. I chuckle every time I say gaping hole. At the same time, it's a big industry. Competition is good. There's room for other players. So I would not last if I had to do all of it. So yeah, somebody else do some of it too, and we'll just get along and compete and
Yeah.
see where things go. Just don't pretend you invented it, okay?
I still get to have my personal feeling about it because
course.
everybody's run on feelings nowadays. So the only way they're going to understand where I'm coming from is if I tell them how I feel. Look, I feel like Critical Blast is the fulfillment company that the madness endorses, and recommends. That's
Well,
all.
thank you.
That's all I can.
RJ is the innuendo distributor. We'll distribute innuendo. We'll put it in front of your door. It doesn't matter what part of your house it needs to come in through.
Mhm.
That's bad wordplay.
Oh, thank you,
Dave has
Mike.
got a greater spread of characters going on through the issues of Perfect 10 than Graveyard Shift. Shots fired. More interesting too, I dare say. So thank you, Mike.
Well,
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike. Well, the thing is, I need to be interested in my own characters, right? So when I write a character, I need to know the character, and this makes them interesting to me. So sometimes characters, I told you before, sometimes characters are just not ready. We have like 100 characters still in concept, and we can't use them yet because they need more work. And once they're done, and I feel this is done, this character is ready, then we can throw them in there, right?
You
So,
hear
yeah.
that? He said character development. Over 100 characters in development. He has to wait until they're ready. Look, he didn't just throw out there, here's my design for the costume, here's the person, here you go.
Yeah, what are his powers? We don't know yet.
Yeah, he's actually building backstory. He's actually creating and developing the character before he gives it to you. I appreciate that.
Well, there are many characters that never make it through the process. So they basically just drop off because they're not that interesting enough, or doesn't go anywhere, or I need to combine characters. So you get a new one that often works also, right? But many characters just don't make the cut.
And I appreciate that you put the characters through some type of development stage and decide, okay, this one's good, this one ain't quite good enough. We have to work with that. I like that. You didn't just like throw them in your book and go, hey, I hope you like this. Nice.
Pops, I have a question for you. I have a question for you, Pops.
What's that?
How do you keep all the pins from sticking in your head?
The ones that have them big bulky backs, they're only around the very top.
Okay. All of these have the big bulky backs.
I could put the kind with the pin that goes in and out. Those are all around the bottom where my head is, so they're not jabbing me in the head.
Yeah, but I mean, like even my critical mass one, they're all jabbing me in the head.
See, that's because they got those big ugly backings. Hold on, let me see.
It's not so bad when they got the rubber ones, but everyone's getting these metal ones here. So like the inside of the hat, look at all those metal studs just sticking through there.
The inside of the hat, I only got those big ones way up at the top.
Is that the same hat?
It's exactly the same hat.
Really?
Woohoo! Yeah, RJ knows how to do
just different pins. Although
actually,
this could be Pops'
RJ,
hat.
yours is not quite the same. Mine did not come with the band on it.
Oh, you're right. But I have a pin of Pops on mine.
Yep. And critical blast right there at the top on the front. Right there at the top on the front, yo. But yeah, see, you have to put it up at the top so it's not poking you in the head.
Yeah, because I can't wear the thing. It's like, ow, 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 ow. and of course, I got a ginormous head anyway, so it's
I can
even
wear
the top.
this thing for a full round of golf because I put all the ones that stick way out the back. They're all up at the very top. They don't hit my head at all.
I'm just gonna have to repin this thing.
Thinking for comfort, bro.
I've perforated the bottom. It'll just be ventilation there, and I'll just move them up.
You got to remember, I used to wear that show for 6 hours during CromCon. It had to be comfortable.
I remember. Well, I got it just because it was a Pops tribute. There's a difference between making fun of somebody and there's a difference between tribute. So I got it on and I had the beer. I was like, yo, we're gonna do the madness tonight, man. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna talk about comics. And I was on your stream, so it was like not like I was coming behind your back or nothing.
And some of the stuff you've done with it since then has been amazing. The Pops Van Marmalade is hilarious. Marmalade's got the hat on, and we use that for an intro sometimes.
I scroll through YouTube, and every once in a while, Marmalade jumps out at me. I'm like, whoa, when did he do something? And then I remember, oh yeah, Pops has him. Marmalade, if you don't know, Dave, used to have a show on this channel. He's an orange puppet, and I I used to do ventriloquism semi-professionally.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. And Marmalade would I would get behind this curtain and he'd be out the front, and I quit doing it because it was hurting my arm. I didn't have a proper studio to do it with, but there's a playlist on this channel if you guys want to find the Marmalade playlist. He's interviewed people for his show. He's interviewed Rini Strakowski, he's interviewed Daphne Lage, and he's interviewed
He's
Perch.
been interviewed. My grandkids interviewed him on one of our shows. Interviewed
right.
Marmalade. That was awesome. If you
if
don't
you,
know who we're talking about, check this out.
I know, right? Good help is so hard to find.
That's him. And you can even find his debut over on the Global Frequency. His very first internet debut, he was doing karaoke. He sang with me. He sang the Rainbow Connection on one of their karaoke streams. So,
And he sang a lot since then.
yeah, he has. Oh, he's got 2 songs on his playlist. He's got he's got Comics Gate Pie on that playlist. So it's a very long song. If you want to hear it, I don't think we should make a Marmalade plushie simply because I bought Marmalade, and I'm sure that somebody's already got that puppet trademarked or something.
A Pops Van Marmalade and a Crumb.
Yeah,
And a Crumb.
yeah.
And you got to get
Crumb.
this.
We could make a smaller Marmalade, and the fact that I colored the nose and we could sew the hat onto it would make it a different character entirely.
I like the plushie thought. They just like draw him onto the fabric and then stuff him. We just do art of him to put on the fabric. You know what I mean?
That would work. Yeah. Speaking of art, people, it's an art book. Pops, have you haven't seen this hardcover book that Critical Blast is publishing for Genuine Comics? The front of it is all going to be those spreads we told you about. It's going to have the art of Pal Rodrigues on the right side, the full art with the bleed going off the guidelines of the Bristol board. On the left is going to be the script, the notes about what was going on, what the conversation was, the thumbnails for it. And then when you get through all of that, there'll be pinups in sketch form and finished form. And then when you get through all of that, there will be the comic again. But this time, we're going to put the letters on it and the sound effects. Now it's just purely reading the story. We have tried to put everything that was available for Perfect 10 #1 into this collection. So,
and there's a question.
There's a question for you.
If you get Perfect 10 #4, do we still get the art book from the campaign? Yes. So if you back now through in demand, you still get the free art book with it.
Yeah, the different art book. I had to think for a second. Like, wait a second.
No, it's not. It's not this book. No, it's a different art book. It's
you have a comic book art book.
Yeah, it's like this book, but the second issue. I don't have it here right now. The second issue. This one.
But it was those art books that told me, especially when you went to a second one, when you had a second art book, and I saw how many were being fulfilled. I'm like, there's a demand for Pal Rodrigues art.
Right.
So let's drive that demand further with an art book. Let's
Yes.
Unadulterated, no colors, no pencils, or rather no letters, just the pure art, and that's what we got.
So the art book you get for free with issue 4, which is, by the way, on Indiegogo. You can check that out. It's not just Paul Rodrigues art. You will find several artists like Corey Barton, Ross Leach. We have many artists contributed to that book. So it has newer material, but also some older material that we never used. Right. So we collected that instead of sending you separate prints. We thought this was much cooler to send you for free. So yeah.
Awesome, Dave. I think we've poured it into the ground.
I don't know if I can do rabbit ears on it. Get me a pin to put on the hat, a bunny pin, and I'll put it on the hat. But I don't think I can do rabbit ears. That's just
No.
No 3D assets. No. Pow actually draws.
yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't like it when I hear it, but I do hear it. They conflate the fact that certain books had 3D assets because people went to Brazil for an artist. Like, no, Brazil's got some great artists who don't rely fully on 3D assets, and Pow is definitely among the top tier of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I get like layouts, and it has these like, what do you call it? Perspective lines.
Yeah,
on it.
perspective lines.
Everything is drawn. So awesome.
And there's people all over the world using 3D assets. I don't know why you would attack one country like that. The only people do.
It's because it's easy. People just they conflate something down to one ball of hate and then hate on it.
But also there might be this time crunch that mainstream guys have. They need to every few weeks they need to produce this new book. So you can get it that they use like shortcuts, right? But with indie comics, we have the time. We take the time that it needs to finish the book, and this can take a few months, but you get something that's fully drawn.
Exactly. I mean, if your script says, the character enters the room, there's a dead body laying in the bathtub, bleeding out over the side, there's a toilet in the corner. The toilet's not the important part of the story. Get a 3D rendered toilet, smack it in the corner there, and just filter it so it looks like the rest of the art.
I got a question though. If I drew a superhero and I used an action figure for my model, is that using a 3D asset?
It is using a 3D asset.
Technically,
I'm drawing what I see. I'm not tracing it
but also
I'm using it because I want that depth perception in what I see that I'm drawing. I don't want to take a picture of
they've always sold.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, every art store sells that wooden doll in multiple sizes with the ball joints up and down the arms and legs. You can pose it.
But also technically, when you just draw your hand, so you have your hand and you draw it, you're also using 3D assets.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, where do they draw the line at what's okay and what's not?
Well,
because
a 3D asset in this sense is a pre-drawn object.
Exactly.
You take out a clip art and just drop it into the book.
Yeah. Okay. Now
and you can
I drew
rotate.
with my hand what I was seeing of the action figure on my desk. Right. I still drew it with my hand. There was no clip and paste shit. Right. You still have to draw it. Okay.
Yeah, it's like painting a landscape, right? You don't use 3D assets. You just watch the landscape and you paint what you see. That's completely
different. The landscape is 3D. It's real.
But it's definitely a different concept entirely there. Dave Yancey's gets some Ripley vibes out of Perfect 10 here.
Oh, 10, really? Okay, cool.
From the look is definitely
the look.
Okay, all right.
Are you gonna do things with her, like give her a cat, have her a favorite coffee house? Talk about how man, with her girlfriends.
RJ, stop.
Well, that's what sells, right? I mean, that's what comics are, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you never know. You never know where the story goes. If people want that, then we can offer it to them, right?
I'm hoping that she's at the coffee shop, she's kicking some barista's ass and not just there for a latte.
Give her a dinosaur. Yes. Give her a dinosaur. Give her a wolf. Give her a wolf. And then she can milk it and have wolf's milk.
Sure, why not?
No,
RJ Piper, come on.
Yeah, you're right. That doesn't sell. But they create it anyway. You know what? We've done an hour and a half, and I think I'm maybe a little punch drunk. We've hammered this as much as we can, guys. This is going to be a brilliant.
Can we do the outro with the new music track?
You want to hear the music again? Okay.
Yeah, man.
I won't blank us out, but
Yeah, anything you did
hold down
earlier, yes, do it again.
right here.
Yeah, she's a perfect 10. She's artificial. She's perfection. She's an assassin who gets no rejection. She's toned up. She's uptown. If you're with the crime syndicate, she's taking you down. Oh yeah, she's perfect 10. Oh yeah, she's perfect 10. Ain't gonna tell you again.
Did he do that?
'Cause this lethal lady's gotta clean up the streets. Introducing bad guys to the taste of defeat. Yeah, she's a perfect 10. Whoa, yeah, she's a perfect 10.
Oh,
Oh, she's a perfect 10.
especially the first part.
Did the madness thing.
It's perfect 10. Give us the ad.
She's perfect 10 from genuine comics today.
Woo!
I had something happen to me today that's never happened to me before.
Okay, well, that takes some doing, I would think.
I had a copyright claim.
Oh, for what?
It wasn't somebody saying I used their shit. It was them telling me somebody was using mine.
Oh,
It was the Madness theme song, dude. And they hit me up and they say, hey, somebody's using your stuff.
and who was it? Was it me?
No. It was somebody else in the network, obviously, playing the trailer, right?
Yeah.
But it was just funny that I got a claim. I got one that said, hey, these people are using your stuff. Is that okay?
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Right?
And you said,
Okay,
of course,
and-
because they were promoting you.
Yeah.
I'm like, of course it's okay. They're part of our network. It counts, but
Well, see, YouTube doesn't get the concept of a network. They don't
Nope.
want the concept of a network.
Nope.
That's why they demonetize me, because they don't want us networking and showing each other stuff.
they definitely don't want us sharing links outside, like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and Facebook, anything outside of YouTube. They don't mind if we share each other's YouTube channels.
Yeah.
That's it, though. Anything else, and they start squashing you.
Well, they squashed me for showing YouTube channel stuff. So
Well, you were
Okay.
showing other stuff too. You were doing Kickstarters. You were, the links were in your descriptions. That's where they get you.
yeah, Facebook kicked me out. Well, they didn't kick me out. They deleted something. I don't know what. They said, yeah, this looks like you were just trying to get clicks. I'm like, probably was. I was probably trying to get people to click on something.
Yeah,
That's what I use you for. You think I come here to promote you? No. That's why I
They
don't.
just get mad if they're not getting their share of those clicks.
Why I don't stream there anymore. I don't give them my stuff for free anymore. No, not happening.
But
They
as
would never
always,
pay me.
it is good to see you. Now, you said something to me earlier. You want to hook up sometime here in the near future. We definitely got to
Yes.
do that. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that next week.
And Dave, like I said, I don't hardly ever get to see you because you're always streaming at the same time I am.
Sorry about that,
But-
man. Yeah.
No, it's cool. You got to do your thing, man. It's like, I understand. That's prime time for you. That 2:00 on Sunday.
Yeah,
when
for
we're
you, it's
doing the draw stream.
always prime time.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to have you come. I've even sent you an invite to be on the draw stream before, and it's like, oh damn, he does his show at that time. Shit. But you're always
I hear
welcome.
you.
Anytime you don't have a guest or something, and you still want something to do, you're always welcome to join
sure.
the draw stream.
Definitely, man. Absolutely.
All right. Well, guys, I'm gonna wrap things up. Dave, thank you so much for more than just coming on the show. I mean, this whole project, we're so thankful to you.
Yeah, it's a fun project.
us
Man.
work
Thank you so much.
And, of course, I want to see it succeed greatly because I'm involved. I'm invested in this now. So,
Yeah.
all right, everybody in the chat. Gosh, there's so many of you guys tonight. Thank you for popping in. We appreciate you. Hope you'll click the link below if you're watching this on replay. Go out to Fund My Comic, get the Perfect 10 Artist Edition hardcover book. And while you were all here, as always, we just hope you had a blast. Good night.